Alright, let's give this song a try. No, that wasn't right. Let me try it again. No, I'm just not getting it. I'm starting to feel a little frustrated and a little upset. And I know if I let these feelings get away from me, I could start to get angry. So I gotta figure out something that I can do right now that will make me feel not so upset. Well, maybe I can take a couple of deep breaths, or, maybe I could do some exercise around the house. But one thing I could do is also read a book. Sometimes I like to read books that I like when I'm upset, and sometimes it makes me feel a little bit better. How about you guys? Would you want to read a book with me? Maybe if you're feeling a little upset, it might make you feel better too. Okay. Well, join me as I read An's Anger. It's a story about a little boy named An who gets angry, and he learns how to sit with his anger. Okay? Here we go.
An's Anger by Gail Silver and Christiane Cromer. An was in the living room building a tower, the tallest tower he'd ever built. His grandfather was in the kitchen making dinner. An, grandfather called out, "Dinner is ready." An had a yellow block and smiled. The tower was almost as tall as he was. "Now the red one," An whispered, placing a red block on the very top. Grandfather came in from the kitchen. "What a wonderful tower." "It's not done yet," An told him. "Come sit down," Grandfather said. "You can play more after you eat." He set the plates on the table and returned to An, who was balancing a green block on top of the red one. "Put your blocks down now," said Grandfather. "Dinner is getting cold." An wanted to keep playing. He opened his mouth to speak, but his bottom lip quivered, and the words wouldn't come. An's eyes filled up with tears, and he started to cry. Grandfather tried to put his arm around An, but An pushed him away, knocking the towers over and sending the blocks flying. "Go away, I hate you," An shouted. "You're upset," said Grandfather. "Please go to your room and sit with your anger. I'll come in when you're calm and able to talk." An ran to his room and leapt onto his bed. His cries grew so strong he could feel them all the way down in his belly. "How do I sit with my anger?" he wondered. "I'm so angry, angry, angry."
Finally, said a voice. I was hoping you'd notice me.
An lifted his head and came face to face with a hairy red creature. "Who are you?" asked An. "And how'd you get into my room?"
I'm your anger, said the creature. You brought me here.
"My anger?" The anger nodded. "Did Grandfather see you come in? I'm not supposed to talk to strangers."
Don't worry, An. I'm not a stranger. I'm the part of you that comes out when things don't go your way. I'm right here every time you get angry. I know you feel scared when I'm around. I can make you cry and want to hit things. I can even make you say mean things to people you love.
An's anger started to turn the knob of the bedroom door.
Come on, he said. I'll show you.
An was tempted, but Grandfather had said to stay in the room. "Wait," An called out. "Maybe we can do something in here." An's anger turned and extended his hairy hand.
I know just the thing, he said.
An took his anger's hand, and together they danced all around the room. They raised their arms overhead and spun wide circles. They used their breath to make sounds like a strong, howling wind. They got down on their knees and pounded the ground with their hands. It sounded like they were playing drums on the earth, and An liked that. Finally, they were exhausted and ready to be still. An and his anger sat together silently. They sat, they breathed in, they breathed out. And they sat some more. I don't like to say mean things to people, said An, but sometimes I can't help it. I can help you, said his anger. How can you help? I thought you were the one who was making me do all those things in the first place.
That's true, but I'm also your friend. Whenever you feel angry, you should come sit with me. After we spend some time together, you might feel better.
Spending time with you is kind of fun, An said. Do you want to stay for dinner?
I think I'll be gone before dinner,
said his anger. Are you sure? Asked An. We're having ice cream for dessert. An's anger smiled, and An smiled back. An was tired. He took a deep breath and let out a little sigh. And when he did, his anger became smaller. An and his anger continued to breathe together. With each in-breath, An's anger got a little bit smaller. And with each out-breath, An felt a little better. An heard a gentle tapping on his bedroom door. It was Grandfather. Grandfather and An sat together. I'm sorry I didn't listen, said An. I was really angry, and I wanted to keep playing. Grandfather took An in his arms. Thank you for your kind words, he said. I sat with my anger just like you asked, An said. But we didn't just sit, we danced and played too. Do you want to meet him? An looked up, but his anger was gone. Grandfather, asked An, do you know what happened? I think I do, said Grandfather. You took good care of your anger, and it went away. That's right, said An. How did you know? When I was a little boy, I met with my anger too. Really? Was it because of blocks? No, laughed Grandfather. There were no blocks. Just frogs, a lily pond, and a sun that wouldn't set. Come, let's eat dinner, and I'll tell you my story. The end.
There, I feel a lot better now. You know what? I'm gonna give this song another shot and see if that break worked. Not bad, much better than before. I feel better. And if you were feeling upset or angry, I hope you feel better now. And if you ever feel those feelings later on, you can come back and listen to the story as many times as you want. And just remember, feelings are just like the weather. They come and they go. Just give it some time, okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye. So the next time you feel upset, you can take a deep breath, think of something you like, take a break, draw a picture, or just sit with your anger, just like An. And don't forget what Jedi Master Yoda said.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.